What's good, YouTube? It's RuneXYGL here. We made it. We're currently in Masters 4. I'm trying to get to Masters 1 by the end of the season. Halfway through the season. And yeah, we had a really fun season and I played Yummy. Yummy has been super fun, and not just any Yummy. I have been playing Yummy Mitsurugi. I personally really like Yummy Mitsurugi the best. I feel like it's the strongest variant only because you have a fighting chance going second. In pure Yummy, I've noticed going first or second, mind you, you could struggle a little bit. First or second with this deck is probably the best of both. I don't want to go over a full deck profile. It's pretty much similar to the previous video, so go check that out if you needed help doing any combos. Yummy Mitsurugi has been really balanced in my opinion. Of course, there are bricks that I want to talk about that you don't have to play. I just played on my build just because I do find some value into it, and I'll take the pros and cons and bricks that come with it. Foremost, I just want to explain hand traps. You don't have to play the hand traps that I play, again, based off budget, your preference, or the meta. It's always changing, so maybe you want more ghost spells. Maybe you want to bump up your Droll and Lock. Maybe you don't like Imperm anymore. It does not matter. You can always mix and match. Sometimes people don't like Nib. It really depends on how you want to play your hand traps. So I'll just say go and play, and based off what you have and whatever's working for you, you should just play it. Now, with the Yummies, the only thing I could say is maybe Cookie could be bumped up to for more consistency if you want more one card starters with Yummy. I like this ratio a lot better because the hand trap non-engines and the other engine Mitsurugi is what I'm more emphasizing. Now, discussing Mitsurugi is what I really wanted to talk about. There are a lot of builds where it's just playing Saji by itself. You're playing things like Futsu, or even a whole package with Mitsurugi. Some people are playing no Aramasa, people are playing Aramasa. In the end, I ended up adding Aramasa because it was a good hand trap. Usually I'd already have full combo with Aramasa just being the normal summon, because really there is no normal summon in this deck other than just normal summoning Yummy to go full card combo, but sometimes you can just special summon it with Marshmallow. So my mindset is that Aramasa is kind of a bait, and sometimes it is useful to fuse off. So yeah, definitely if you don't want to play it, you do not have to. You definitely can get a full rotation of Yummy with Ritual and Mirror with Aramasa. Yes, Kusanagi is almost a must in my opinion, because you're gonna use prayers to get it back or recycle. Usually Kusanagi gets back prayers for the most part when you go uninterrupted, so you can use it on your opponent's turn. So I like Aramasa. But again, if you want to just play the Saji by itself, it's not wrong, because again, it could be bricks. Now, other things I want to also mention, I think 2 is a perfect number. 3 pre-preparation rights is just, I cry when I draw 2 of these, especially when you draw Mirror. Like, it's such a sad card to draw that, you know, it is discard fodder, but what feels the best about this card is when you can use it and your opponent just ashes it, and little do they know they might have already Habakiri in your hand already, or that's just a bait so you can just go full Yummy. Either way, those are the big things I want to mention about the deck. So hand traps, that's fine. That not much to talk about there. For Yummy, I just feel like from looking at all the builds and everyone playing Yummy Mitsu, it's just increasing Cookie Yummy or Lollipop Yummy, depending on what you need. And then in Mitsurugi, there's been a whole thing about Futsu, Aramasa, and playing a full package or not, or playing a minimal package or just Saji. I would just say experiment with it, but I like Aramasa the best. So that is basically what I want to explain with the deck. The extra deck is pretty much non-negotiable. Every single card here has its use no matter what, and with Camellia being the bridger, so everything is great. Link Spider is amazing. When you get nibbed, you could still continue comboing off, but again, I guess the only things that you may not want to take out is maybe Almirage or Link Spider. because those cards are very utility based and very situational, where if you want to normal summon a Mulcharmies or any of your hand traps and link it into a Almirage to have a link 1 plus the Yummy, you could go full combo just like that. But extra deck seems rather perfect ratioed in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I'll link the deck list and me making it to masters on Master Duel Meta, just in case you guys want to read my notes. But yeah, let's go based off the replays. These are my favorite replays getting into Master. We're currently on Masters 4, so I'm super happy about that. And I'm trying to get the Masters 1 before the end of the month. But yeah, I'm really content with this deck. This deck is very formidable. I don't think it's the best deck in the room just because it does get checked by Maxive and Fuvalos. We'll just have to see how it goes in the future, but I do hope Yummy Mitsurugi is here to stay. Without further ado, let's go on replays. So for the first duel, we're playing against Yummy Pure, and we go first, thankfully. But most of these games are going to be very situational, where we are interrupted and how we can play through it. And with this hand, this is practically full combo in both engines. It would suck to be Mulcharmied and Maxeed, but you'll just have to see right now. That's exactly what happened. So we get Fuvalos and we ash that. Praying they don't do that. I cry when this happens, so I just kind of panic clicking. I just prayers just to get Saji, negating Fuvalos. We're still under Maxi, so we get Aramasa and we chain block. Chain 2 for Aramasa to get us Murakumo and Ritual. Now, if you're wondering why I did it this way, it's because I wanted it in my hand instead, because things like this happen and we're just eating hand traps. There's a certain point we don't want to extend, but this replay is a great example of what to do under Max C. Really, all you can do is summon Murakumo, in my opinion, and just end. You can't do yummy stuff because you're gonna give too much draws. As you saw here, we just ate 3 hand traps, and here we only have an Omni Negate, a Regeki. That's it. 2 interruptions here. But very important how to play against pure Yummy in how I stop them. A normal summon. So this gives me the impression that this is their only starter in their hand, because usually just normal summoning Yummy is full combo, but there is a way to disrupt them, and this is why I want to share off this replay. They Snatchy. Snatchy tries to get the field spell, so I try to bait them by making them discard one. They discard a Fuvalo, so that's nothing to them. But this point, this is the important part. Tribute Murakumo, and they maxi us again. So we just need a total of 4 hand traps within the duel already. So I get Habikiri from hand, and then I summon Murakumo. Now, you're wondering why it's important to play in this. This is choker point, because I gotta get rid of this card. They draw. I'm hoping it's not a Marshmallow, because again, if you're wondering, Mingyang states that you have to control a Link 1 in order to special summon it. So basically, if they have a Snatchy and a Yummy card on the field, they could just cheat and link it off, and you'll miss timing, and they'll have more Yummies in the graveyard. Therefore, this is the best time to do it, because the only reason they have already normal summoned, the only way they could break through this is if they have Yummy Surprise or Marshmallow. And to my gamble, they did not have any of those. So we go, it's our turn. They Yummy Cupsy, or I Cupsy Yummy, and they Ash or Imperm that, which I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna negate that because I want to keep Murakumo for something else, just in case. So we have a Kiri to finally summon it successfully. We get prayers for next round. A Link to Snatchy. Now I'm kind of worried about Nib. So we're at 3 summons. Yeah, that's the 4th summon. And that's it. I don't want to go further. And I bam, 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 boom. Really fun duel. Shows you how to play against Molcharmies, or if you get Max Seed, the only thing you can do, Murakumo. For this duel, we are going second against Maliss. And Maliss, the normal summon backup out of Mister. I knew if this is their only play, this might be their only play. So that sets 3 in pass. Our hand, we actually like it. We love it. Purifications in hand, not the ideal thing to draw as well. We have really good rudimentary ways to summon and go. So we try to bait here with pre-prep and it goes through. Having pre-prep go through is sometimes really, really powerful because here they Dominus Impulse us. Negating Habakiri. So we just normal summon Cookie and just start our plays. Going into Snatchy, and this is just full combo with just Yummy, I believe. With getting Handtrap. So that's fine. Because we have the extender with Yummy, Lollipop Yummy in our hand to still keep going. So we do that. And we link into Cupsy Yummy Way. Cupsy Yummy Way gets us Cupsy Yummy and Marshmallow. Discarding Habikiri. Normal summoning or special summoning Cupsy to get some Yummy Surprise. Marshmallow special summon. They nib us. We just ate about 3 hand traps now. So, and we could still go through. Great example as to why we play Link Spider. Link Spider is very important here because that helped us out and gave us the exact push to still continue displays, and Marshmallow gets us back Yummy Surprise. Linking into Lollipop Yummy Way. Lollipop gets us Cookie and Cupsy. Linking into Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf gets us Cupsy. Linking into IP. Important to go to IP here to protect Elf because you're going for the grind game here. We set 2 in pass. We have Elf to get back any of the Synchro Yummies to basically do all the Yummy rotation, to pop cards on the field with Cookie, to draw one with Cupsy, to get Marshmallow to get back Yummy Surprise. We have, yeah, in total we have 2 bounces, we have 2 Book of Moons, we have 1 pop with Cookie, IP to SP. That's a total of 7 interruptions and a draw if you want to count that. So 7 interruptions. Our opponent goes. They're trying to go to battle phase, I believe, so I just linked the 2 in the SP. And they quit. Great game. What I meant by rudimentary plays is this is how typically you want to play when you get interrupted by your opponent MVP, Link Spider. Link Spider extended our plays through Nib. So we go first here in this mirror match against Yummy Mitsurugi player as well. And us going first, full combo. Our hand, again, we don't like seeing purifications, but it is what it is sometimes, because when we get interrupted, or let's say we get max seed, having purifications, you could set it, pray with just Murakumo. But going first, we use Abikiri, send Saji gets us Ritual. We get Drolled here. So, great example of how to play under Droll. We prayers to draw before Droll hits us. So, smart thing we do here is we get Aremasa, Then we special summon Kusanagi. And that gets us back our prayers for our opponent's turn. Normal summon the Aramasa because we're not going to use it. Go into Camila. So we're pivoting into Yummy here, if you're wondering, is because we're holding Ritual. We're holding Ritual for the very last moment as our final play because we need that as our final push because we do have Max C. If our Yummies get interrupted, that's totally fine. As long as we have one engine going, it usually should carry us. So we link, go into Kagari. Kagari gets us Hornet Drones gets us token, and now we finally go into Murakumo. Linking the two, we go into Lolipo. Linking the two, or synchroing the two, and you could just go into Baron. We end here because this is a very layered board. We have one Omni Negate, or sorry, two Omni Negate, one Rip a card / Omni Pseudo Omni Negate, a Regeki, and Maxi. 5 interruptions our opponent plays through with 5 cards in their hand. On the standby phase, they try to negate it. We need this to go through because we need purifications to be online. The only way to be online is if we have Murakumo. So we just negated there. It's our opponent's turn. They maps. I want to negate that because I know what they're gonna get. So we try to get some negates from that. They send Mingyang and get Kapsiyam. Burning 1,000 or 4,000 life points. They normal summon Kapsi, and I'm just trying to stop them from playing because I don't want to play the Max C challenge unless I truly have to. Our opponent gets negated and they wasted their normal summon. Only way to get through this now is if they have Yummy Surprise or Marshmallow in their hand. Or if they have any Mitsurugi cards, which they did not. Really good game. That's how usually you'll play under Droll as well. If you can get one engine going or online, it should be fine. So we're going first, and the last 3 plays are against Draco Tail. Draco Tail was the hardest matchup we had to deal with within this season, but it was still, it worked out. It really depends on the hand, but for the most part, they beat us in the grind game, in my opinion. But because of Mitsurugi, that's the reason why we have a fighting chance, in my opinion. But going first, we Saji here to get Mulcharmid. And the point of this video, or this replay specifically I'm showcasing, is basically to play around it again. So again, we get prayers, and then prayers to tribute Habikiri to get Murakumo. This is important to do because you want to summon Murakumo from the hand rather than from the deck, so they don't draw. So actually, Habikiri is the one that gets the ritual. Ritual summoning from the deck. We get Murakumo, and then we just chain 1 Kusanagi, chain 2 Aramasa to chain block, and we have follow-up with prayers for next turn, and just have a Habikiri to our hand, and we just set 4. So after this, we in total have 1 Pseudo Omni Negate / Regeki, 2 Imperms, and Purifications as Omni Negate. 5 interruptions our opponent has to play through, and our opponent goes, they Albaz, so we just try to imperm that. And unfortunately met with a sad card, Red Reboot. Red Reboot so strong that all our traps are now useless. Opponent links it off, going into Starving Venom Dragon. Trying to steal the effect, and we let it happen, and they try to attack. So we prayers, and they try to negate it. I let it go through because we have a card to discard. We have Imperm, that's why, but we'll keep it. Oh wait, we can't play Imperm, my mistake. Then we Murakumo to blow up the field. Opponent is trying to blow up our field, or monsters, and we try to just get a hand rip, which we technically do with Ghost Ogre getting sent. Blowing it up. And they just quit. when you get Mulcharmy, the best you could do is just end on Mitsurugi board and pass and pray that that's enough. Sometimes it's enough. The final duel against Draco Tail. This is probably my favorite duel of the season, and this is my promos game. And because of that, a lot of things I want to share with this. How to play, this is very situational and shows my graduation of the deck, in my opinion, of how to play the deck, or Yummy Mitsurugi at least. Because the way I played and weaved around the opponent, because Draco Tail has such a better grind game than Yummy, in my opinion. And because of that, the game, there's a lot of mistakes and lessons I could learn from it. That's why I'm sharing it. And going first, our hand is pretty much full combo, but our mindset is to use normal summon Saji. If you're wondering why, it's because of the utility card of Almirage. Almirage could still be used, and you could go into Synchro 2s with your Yummies with Saji. But the thing is, it does not work this way. Instead, we're met with a Ash thinking we could still play. It's okay, we could play. But no, we're met with a Fuvalos. That really stung because I don't want to play under it. We have our own max C. So I said to myself, you know what? Instead, let's just set Yummy Surprise and let's have our opponent go. Well, I don't want to roast my opponent too much, but I feel like Loki was a bot because every time I did something, he just reacted and instead didn't wait for certain openings. So, but they're lucky. They got Lucius. Lucius getting Femina. So they're full combo. Femina going into a Maxi. And they're going to go into Arthalion. And thankfully, I would have cried and quit if Maxi did not go through. They go into Arthalion. Arthalion gets them their Ash and Femina. So we Yummy Surprise here to try to just build a board and hopefully survive. They have Ket 2 set. Popping because they were popping our Yummy Surprise. We get the Ash. We tried to get a Yummy card, but they Ash it. That's kind of questionable because I'm kind of in a rough position. But I don't really know much of how to play Draco Tail like that, so I can't say. They Gulamel here. And I low-key thought they should have more than enough. Like, as of now, they have 7,600 attack points to kill us. And they pop our field. So I just thought, most likely, you're under max C. You shouldn't play more. And you should rather just end. But instead, when they set their Draco traps and they have follow-up for next turn, why not just burn me? Because with 400 life points left, Mitsurugi is essentially offline. But they Verte Anaconda, giving us another draw. I was kind of upset with our draws, but it's fine. It works out. They Mirror Jade. And they didn't even attack us. So I was a bit confused. Did they forget that they went second? But either way, MVP card without purifications, it would not have been a successful game. So even though we drew it, this game shows how you can play through. Important thing, usually in Yummy Mitsurugi, you start off with Mitsurugi's engine to try to get some baits. But in reality, in this matchup, because of Mirror Jade destroying all cards we control at the end phase once this card is removed, that means that maybe Yummy is not the best one to go through. So our opponent, or we go and we try to bait our opponent with Marshmallow. Our opponent Draco Tail stings us and we Ash that. So they Mirror Jade in response, sending Rinbrum, so they have more interruptions, banishing Marshmallow. But Marshmallow still goes through. We get our Yummy Surprise back. So it's not over. We normal summon Cupsy. They Rinbrum to negate us. I honestly, because I don't know if our opponent has played enough against Yummy, but the choke point against Yummy is if they ended up negating like Cupsy Yummy away, and that's the only card on the field, then we're dead on the water. But instead, they're somewhat interrupting us, negating us, and even fusing with our Cupsy, knowing that they have one interruption left. So we literally played through 4 interruptions to get Secretarian Dragon. We Yummy Surprise, and they Draco Tail Flame us to negate. But that was the bait, because instead we get prayers. Prayers to get us Habakiri. They draw one. And what's crazy is they drew a Droll Lock. That sucks. So literally, we played through Mirror Jade. We played through the 2 trap cards, a Rimbrum, and a Droll Lock. 5 interruptions right there. Our opponent just hit us with, and we still go through with this. We get Kusanagi to get back prayers, Ritual to summon the almighty Murakumo. Murakumo is about to bomb the field after they fuse, and we can negate that because that's the only card in their hand. Blowing up the field, Mirror Jade's being activated. Our Thalion comes back, and I battle phase attack, drop him for 200. Set 2. They set a branded fusion, blowing up my Murakumo, but here we still have some interruption. We have 1 Omni Negate and the Regeki / Pseudo Omni Negate. 3 interruptions, 2 cards in their field. On the draw phase, I meant to do this, not on M1. They end phase. We knew we are golden. We normal summon Lollipo, and that was our game. We made Masters with that game. It was super fun to take 5 interruptions and still blow up the field for next turn. That was it, guys. We made it. We're currently in Masters 4, and I'm trying to push to Masters 1 before the end of the season again with Yummy Mitsurugi. It was super fun with Yummy Mitsurugi. I absolutely love the ratios in the deck. It's just the best I can come up with in terms of the ratios that I like. Again, in summary, you know, you can always bump your cook yummies up, you know, change some hand traps around, but I think the non-engine is pretty much well established. You can always change it as you need. The only debate, discussion, or preference, however you want to say it, is with the Mitsurugi. Whether or not you're just playing a minimal Saji, or a full Mitsurugi Futsu, or just having Kusanagi. It's up to you, however you want to play it. I just want to draw less bricks, because there are issues having bricks in this deck. So, for example, having the field spell counts as a brick, having purifications counts as a brick, and ritual by itself counts as a brick. That's 3. It's sometimes having Kusanagi, and it's arguable that the normal summons of Mitsurugi count as well. So that's about 6, 3 to 6 if you want to debate on it. But I absolutely love Yummy Mitsurugi the best because you can play in going first or second. It gives you a fighting chance with the Mitsurugi engine. Pure Yummy, I didn't have a fun time going second. Going first was obscene and so strong. But Mitsurugi can definitely play by itself, and so can Yummy, but they can definitely bridge easily. And yes, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Look forward to playing more Yummy. There's so much to do with Yummy that I want to try. Yummy Sulfaccord, Yummy Pure, Yummy Mitsurugi, Yummy Fiendsmith. There's so many Yummies I'd like to try, so let's get it, and let's stay in Masters, guys. Let me try to get the Masters 1. That's it, guys. RuneXYGO out.